Adam Driver recently revealed that he has written a full Ben Solo sequel film, but Disney have turned it down because they cannot fathom how Ben Solo is still alive. What if I told you that there are multiple ways to bring someone back from the dead that have already been used in Star Wars media? Well, look no further, because this is your complete guide on how Ben Solo could have survived. Before we get into it, my name's Joe, and if you love all things film, TV, or Star Wars, then make sure you hit that follow button. For better or for worse, at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, Ben Solo meets his demise, and just like Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense, he's a ghost. You'd think this would limit the way that he could come back from the dead, but you'd actually be quite surprised. In the very same film, somehow Palpatine returned, and he did that using a Force technique called essence transfer. Essentially, it's where you transfer your spirit from one body to another. Typically, it's with a clone, but it can be done in other techniques. Also, in the very same movie, Ben used a technique called Force transfer, where he transferred his life force into Rey's life force after she died, which brought her back from the dead and killed him off, but I can't see them doing this because he's a ghost. The way that you actually become a Force ghost is a completely different thing altogether, which is actually really hard and really rare to do. This is why it's annoying in The Rise of Skywalker, where both Leia and Ben Solo just disappear, because that is just not how it works. So maybe he didn't become a Force ghost and he transferred his essence somewhere else. Dark transfer is essentially the same thing. It was used by Cade Skywalker in the comics. It's just a darker way of doing Force transfer effectively, but it did work. This is what I think is probably the most likely way that Ben Solo will return, and this is called Force Revival. Anakin used Force Revival to bring back Ahsoka Tano from the dead during the Mortis arc in the Clone Wars TV show, and I feel like this is an avenue that would be really cool to explore, especially as the Ahsoka TV show looks like it's going to be diving into the Mortis gods during season 2 of that show. It would be a really cool way of adding more lore to Ben Solo's story, especially as Ahsoka's voice is heard during Rey's scene in The Rise of Skywalker, "We are all the Jedi," or whatever is said. I just think it's a no-brainer to add some of the best Star Wars media that we have ever gotten to some of the worst Star Wars media we have ever gotten, to try and give it a new lease of life, if you'll pardon the pun.